Okay, going to take another crack at the setting of the blinds for opening and closing the Bahama shutters. Again, the cord you're going to pull on this side, right? And you're going to make sure that you guide it past the, with your other hand, you'll make sure you guide it past the window clips, which are here. If they're out and you try to open the window, they're going to get stuck on the blinds and break them. So make sure that when you pull it up, that those are closed. Use one hand to guide it and one hand to pull the cord. Okay, so in order to get to the shutters, you're going to open it up once you get the blinds past it and above it. So you'll open up the window locks. There's 4 of them, so you can open the windows. Make sure you open up the blinds far enough to get it out of the way so that when you open the windows, the locks don't catch on the blinds, or you have to move them with your other hand. Okay, now the windows are open. Now I'm going to set it for a storm, so I'll close the shutters. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the ones that are closest to the building off. That makes it easier because then the bars come in and don't fall on the ground like I did before. So we're going to take these off first, the ones down closest to the building. And again, you have to turn the pins in order to line it up because there's holes and there's little nibs on the pins that you have to get past the holes. You'll see it when you do it for the first time. Just take a look at the, right, it's slotted there, and on the pin itself, it has a little nub on it. Okay, now that those 2 pins are out, sometimes it takes a little jiggling back and forth because the pressure of the window pushing against the pin. So you may have to move the window a little bit, that is, move the shutter a little bit and jiggle it back and forth. Okay, so next what you're going to do is push the window shutter out and then guide it in, right? Like I find it's easier to do that. And then guide it in. Hard to do with one hand, but what you're going to do is allow both of these. You need 2 hands to do this, but what you're going to do is allow both of these to come in the window, and then you can take that off. Okay, so now you see with the rods or the tubes in the window. Now you can take the other pin off, not worry about dropping it. And again, the pins go different sides. Once you have the arms off, then you can get the long pins. The long pins are the ones you need for the storms, which are these. The short pins are the ones that are set for if you want it open for the summer. Okay. So now you want to set the long pin down in the Bahama shutter hole here, like so. That's the hole, right? And then you're going to thread it into the hole, into this piece below it. So you're going to bring it in closer and pull the shutter towards you, and then let it drop into that hole. Let's see if we can do it with one hand. And when it's done and it's in the hole, it will go all the way down, and then you'll feel that it's it'll look like that, but you won't be able to move the shutter. And you need both of them in order for it to be secure. Otherwise, the wind can blow it right off the building, and then it's the expense is going to be huge, and you won't be happy. Okay, so now it's in there, and it's in the bottom one. You can see, you can feel, it's not going anywhere. And you do the same thing on the other side now. You drop it into that hole and then jiggle it around until you get it to fall into the hole below. And again, if you push it back and forth, you'll know that it's in the hole. If it's not in the hole, it will have a lot of give to it. Here, I'll pull it out and show you what I mean. It'll have this kind of give if it's not seated right. If it's in the hole, it will have no give. I store the bars for the windows and the pins for securing them in the air conditioning maintenance closet here. So the rods or the tubes are here, and I stick the bag of pins in a plastic bag here on top. So this way we can remember where they are. Now I'm going to show you how to close the accordion shutters in the living room. These are pinned in. So first thing you got to do is release them from here, right? Nice and easy with these. Don't squeeze them too hard or turn them too hard, because they're in soft aluminum and you can break it. All right, so that's how you release that, because normally it's pinned into there on the bottom. So you release that, and then you pull it from the center, otherwise it'll pop. You pull it from the center all the way over. Same thing with the other side. Again, you're opening this, bringing it up a bit. And again, those are aluminum, so be careful with them. And then pulling from the center, it slides along the top and the bottom. Okay, you can see that they're almost closed here. So it meets in the middle, and then you have two holes that are down in the middle there. And so one goes on each side, right? So the one to your left is you're gonna drop the pins in here, right? So what you'll do is you'll line it up so that the pin drops into this hole. All right, and then you'll do the same thing up top. So that the pin will line up with the hole up top. And then you twist the knobs so that they're secure. You're going to do the same thing with the other side. You can see here that the side with the knob here, the locking knob, has to go on the inside. Right? So, and what you need to do is sort of marry them together, pull them tight, and they slide in, even though it's a two-handed job. So I'm going to put the camera down for a minute and finish it up. But it's a two-handed job. And what you need to do is slide the right-hand one into the left, or you can do it the other way, the left-hand one into the right, until they marry together, and then you'll see that the slot will line up with the hole. Okay, so here's a pro tip. It seems easier to do if you do the right side first, and then put the pins in on the right side, and then bring the left side over once the pins are secure, and then just smack it in a little bit, not too crazy, but smack it in a little bit so it slides into the slot here, and then you can pull the pin up and down, and when it's finished, you'll have two pins in the holes down below and two pins in the holes up above, and it's secure. Of course, you have to bring the furniture from outside or anything else that you have out there in so that they don't become projectiles. And then once you're done locking that up, you're going to seal up the doors here to keep the air conditioning in, and so it doesn't get hot and moldy in here. And then you can lock your door again. And so the hurricane shutters are set. And I may leave it that way for you guys so that you have an opportunity to open them for the first time while I'm around, and it's not a panic, rather than when a storm is coming and you guys have to worry about it.